Welcome to Covenant Caregivers. This is our somewhat new YouTube channel, All Things Senior Care. Glad that you found us. And today we're going to talk about some tips for communication for those with dementia, whether Alzheimer's or some other type of dementia. These are often referred to as the 10 absolutes of communication. And the first one is never argue with someone that has dementia. Instead, you want to agree with them, joining their reality, joining their journey. It's many days, it's not the same reality as yours. And so there can be temptations to want to argue or to correct someone, but instead agree and move on. You will probably never win the argument. So secondly, we want to, instead of trying to reason with someone, giving them a laundry list of reasons why they should do something, it's better to go ahead and try to divert that person to another subject or something else instead of feeling like you've got to really explain to them why they need to do something. Third, never shame someone with Alzheimer's or other dementia. Instead, distract them with something else. Shaming often leads to feelings of less than, feelings of not capable of doing things, or just feeling like a child that's been scolded. And that's certainly not anyone's intention with a loved one. But if your loved one is maybe saying something that's not so nice to someone else, our temptation is to maybe shame them into acting right or saying the right things when we really just need to distract them with something, even if it's, hey, would you like to get a cup of coffee? I think I'm going to have one. Let's go together and get that. Next would be never to lecture someone, kind of along the same lines of some of the others, that they are not going to be able to remember your lecture. So a lecture is often wasted breath on your part as the caregiver. Instead, reassure them of the things that they can do. Reassure them when they do things that you need them to do or want them to do. But a lecture is not going to be the best solution. So next, never say remember, like maybe someone comes to visit and say, remember John? I know you do. We've spent most of our lives with John, and they're having trouble knowing who John is at all. That again is going to make them feel less than, that they should remember, but they don't, and now they don't know why. So instead of that, reminisce, hey, this is John. John has just been such a great friend to our family for so many years. Reminisce instead of saying remember. Never say, I told you. That, again, is, they can't remember that you have already told them. So saying, I told you, or I've already told you that, why did you ask me again? That is also making them feel inferior. And so instead of saying, I told you, maybe repeat yourself, as I'm sure if you are already caregiving for a loved one with dementia or Alzheimer's, you are used to that. Just kind of regroup in that minute and not continue just saying, I told you, I told you, I told you. So next, don't or never say you can't. You can't go in there. You can't have that. You can't touch that. Instead of saying that, do what they can do. These are finger foods. We can eat these with our hands, but we've got these nice spoons here for the cereal. So let's try using that and see if you like these new spoons. So do what they can do instead of focusing on what they can't do. Never command or try to demand that your loved one with Alzheimer's or dementia something that you want them to do. Instead of, definitely ask and maybe even model what you are trying to get them to do, whether it's brushing their teeth, putting their socks on. You may need to do that right alongside them. Next would be never to be condescending to your loved one. Instead, encourage them in any way possible. Praise them for the things that they are doing well, that they're doing maybe independently, that they can still do. You want to praise them for those things. And then finally, we don't want to try to force someone with Alzheimer's or other dementia to do a particular task. Instead, we want to reinforce the things that they have done well, that they can still do. Forcing is not going to get you where you're trying to go. So instead, reinforce. I hope those are helpful. We have some other information on our website that is good for caring for someone with Alzheimer's or dementia. That's covenantcaregivers.com. You can always visit the Alzheimer's Association website, alz.org. Lots of wonderful information, great resources there on that website. We hope this has been helpful for you today. Keep checking us out. Hit that subscribe button. You can also click on the Covenant Caregivers logo that's probably above my head to subscribe as well. So we'd love to see you on our next video. Have a great day.